gets angry, but sure can get scared. With enemy on his side, is always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears. This bear is always cool in his share. Till the end, his dreams always be rare. Cause he's coming after you and hopes you'll be there.
Yeah.
So hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life.
Oh shit. I don't know the answer. Not a good thing. Yeah.
Even when no one is there, he's thinking of you with love and care. Even if he say like I care, he still give you
all right. Alrighty then. Welcome everybody to the Marathon Podcast. We usually do this at 5 o'clock at Central Standard Time, but we're starting a little early. So just in case we want to end early or we want to keep going, we can. So that is
we have been doing that a bit lately.
Yeah, a little over, a little bit of a lot, but you know, it's just what it is. All right. So hope everybody's having a good week so far. We've had some some relatively good news on my side of the aisle here. Some good things technically on your side too, because you've been I wouldn't say a naughty boy, but you've definitely been doing things to make sure your wife is happy. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, yesterday we had a little celebration. My wife now is a certified, right? I'm using the right word, certified medical assistant and certified behavior. Yeah, certified behavioral technician. So she has two things, and I just wanted to say right here, I think more things need to be like this. And Corvo, you can give me any point of view of this one, because I don't know if I don't need a devil's advocate if you don't believe this. I think there needs to be more schools or more things that you can be going certified in without needing a college or a special school to go get it. This is such a great thing for somebody to get like, hey, I already do the job. But if I get certified in it, I'll get more money for doing it.
Yep.
That is, I wish I could get certified in something that I can just go out and go, hey, I'm certified with it. I took a $120 course, got certified, and now I can go get a job doing it. Or I can just go get a job in that anyways. But if I had the certification, I get more money for it. Why is Colin?
What, sweetie? Agreed. I got you. I agree with that. That's why I don't give him mine either. Because he jacked me up that morning that I was taking them both to school that morning. Yeah. Okay. I don't... you're not going to get an argument from me about that. Anyway, say hey to Grumpy.
Hey, Stealthy!
He said, hey, Stealthy, we just started. We decided to start a little early because we've been going long anyway, you know? So, yeah, no, he was making the comment about, he thinks it's great when you can go and get a certification without having to, like, do a whole year of specialized training, but, like, you can take, like, a course, you know? And then take the test and get your certification because, you know, or just go take the test because you've been doing the job, you know. So, and by the way, she is now a certified MA and behavioral specialist.
Yeah, so she's certified in 2 different fields that she can go anywhere with.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it goes with her wherever she goes. Now, the question I have, and I meant to ask you this the other day, because there's some certifications that are this way. Is this something she's going to have to recertify in every so many years, or just like hers forever?
There is a bit of a trick for some of them. Now, like CPR, right? You have to recertify that every single year. Every year you have to recertify CPR. One of them is a 2-year, and you could just get them up and call them up and contact them, and they'll receive certify it. The other one,
Yep.
you have to earn 10 points throughout the year on their little website or a little thing. You
Right.
can you can take the free course once, or you can buy these other ones. Each one of them counts 2 points. So technically you'll need 5 of them, but you gotta get 10 points and you get certified. You can do that right now. You can do that right now.
Right.
Get certification for the next 2 years.
Yep.
Right now, even though she just got it. So like that is so good. You could like, okay, I've already paid for it. I already passed the test, which was above passing for her. Good on her. She got above passing. And she can keep this going as long as she keeps her 10 points on her thing, meaning she's learning new things, she's keeping up with all the newest stuff and like everything else. She can keep on going it forever. And it's
All right,
nationwide.
so the reason I was asking that is because, like in my field, some certifications when you get them is for life, and then some of them is the same way. You have to either recertify or you continue to do education, and you get points. And when you get enough points, they automatically recertify you.
Yeah. But like how many other jobs out there that I can't think of any personally myself. But like I was thinking like if you could be like, let's say you're a carpenter, right? You've been doing carpeting for years. Been building houses, framework, drywalls, you name it. Go get your online certification for a carpenter, and then go here. I'm not certified. Give me $2 or $5 more. Like that, more jobs need to have that option, that availability. You can't just go, I want to be certified as a burger flipper, right? But I think more jobs need that. That you showed an initiative to learn even more, and you've done your due diligence to educate yourself some more, to push yourself further. But no, every job's out there is like, hey, you've never done it before, you can't do the job. It's like, okay, well then how am I supposed to do the job? How am I supposed to do the thing you want me to do the job? But like for MA, he's like, they don't care who you are, almost, it feels like. But if you take the education class, you get even more money. Which, by the way, my wife wants to know at some point, does your factory have a nurse or on-site practitioner for that kind of stuff?
So we don't have an on-site, but we have a contract with a medical facility and hospital here in town.
Yeah.
That has they have people that are stationed like specifically in town that are within 5 minutes of multiple places that they have the contracts with. So if something happens, they're there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
On site, ready to go.
If
they
you
don't
need
have someone stationed, they don't have someone stationed there literally on site because they used to, just like they used to have an on-site security guard. But basically what happens is very, very rarely, and when I say rarely, I think I've seen it happen 1 in 14 years.
Yeah.
Is there ever an incident that actually requires
immediate
any kind of immediate medical attention or anything like that? Mainly because we do stringent fucking safety drilling and shit out there, and if you fuck up and get caught doing something that could potentially hurt you, that violates safety, you're in a lot of deep shit. So like we've got a department out there that for 14 years have not had a single fucking incident. Not one.
That's good.
Not one. Not a fucking paper cut, not shit.
Yeah. I just wondering because my wife was like, maybe I could work for, like, I was like, they work at a factory, they have to have a nurse or something like that. 'Cause all the factories I worked in, they've always had one there. So I was wondering, like, maybe she could throw you a job.
They have a contract with with the hospital here, and the hospital has a person for us ready to go.
Okay.
At the drop of a hat.
That's good. That's good. But anyways, so what would you want to get back to the whole getting certification? What kind of things do you think certification should be available to people, or do you know any certain things you can get yourself certified without needing a college degree or a special school to go to?
I could tell you right now, you could go get A+ computer tech certified without having to go to a college. You take an online course, take the 2 tests that are required for the certification, and you're certified. Period.
That's nice.
You can do
Like, I think they should have.
You can do that with. You can do that with A plus, Network plus, Security plus,
Mm-hmm.
and get those certifications without having to go get a degree. So, like for me, I have 2 associate degrees in computer technologies and a slew of fucking certificates and certifications and shit like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I went, I dual majored, so I took both of those associate degrees at the same time because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm that kind of motherfucker.
Yeah.
But because I got the 2 associate degrees, rolled up into that was multiple diplomas, multiple certifications, multiple certificates. So when I graduated, they handed me a fucking binder, not a. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I found out later, after I got out of school, I could have went and gotten the A plus certification, Network plus certification, Security plus certification, and all that shit without even going to college. All I had to do was take the courses, and as long as I understood the material, was smart enough to understand it, and could take the test and pass it, I could have got those certifications right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like people are not being told about it or not informed about it, because we didn't know about none of this stuff, and my wife didn't know about none of this stuff until she got jobs, and the job's like, hey, if you take these courses that are online, get a little bit of money, you can get this done. I think this is like kind of one of those things that people are not aware of.
So, well, here's why you're not aware of them. That is a failure, I would say, at the high school level. And the reason being is because high school is built and driven towards you going on a college path.
Yeah.
That's what they're aiming for you to do. So they spend a lot of time trying to get you what you need to get into college. They fail to tell you, unless, of course, you go to the school that my youngest is about to go to, because they will tell you point blank. There is numerous fucking things that you can get certifications in high school before you're even out of high school.
Yeah, numerous avenues.
If that's something you're interested in, they will help you. But not all schools do that. So I didn't know either. I had no fucking clue. It wasn't until I started going to college and one of my college professors told us about it that I knew about it. So like I was a certified ShoreTel installation and administrative person, meaning I was certified in ShoreTel voice over IP phone systems.
Yeah.
I'm also certified as a Network Plus technician from CompTIA. I am currently taking courses right now that is free through my work for redoing my A plus certification, because I have to renew that every now and then. Now, if I had gotten it a year before the year I got it originally, it would have been a lifetime. They changed it literally the year that I got it.
Okay, so here's a question, like, for my wife. Now, if she goes to the place that's getting her for this behavior course, right? I won't go into too much of details, but the main details that grab my attention is if she starts taking it, right? Or she takes the job. She's already got the certification, but to become a registered behavior technician, which is a one step above it, she's taking another course, which is a week-long study and another test, and she passes that because registered.
Right.
But if she doesn't stay there for more than a year, she has to pay back the $250 it is to take this course. If you leave your job, they do that to you, right?
You have to do it for at least a year, because think about it from a company standpoint.
I know. I'm just saying, like, man, that sucks.
It makes sense from a company standpoint, because why would you want to pay for someone to take a test and you don't even get at least a year, worth of that experience out of them? Dude, we had to start doing that where I work, because originally they didn't. And we literally had people come get hired there just to get them to pay for them to take the courses to do the certifications. And the moment they got the certifications, they quit.
Yeah. And
went and found it.
What about Luma? So here's the thing now. She has seen what people can make as a registered, around $35, $32 an hour, which is that's a lot of money for just being
Yeah, it's pretty
registered.
good.
Um,
Pretty good.
but you know, that's other places. This place is half that. I'm like, God dang it! Like you're getting a half for what you could make at other places. So she looked in where you know, around where you are. I won't specify, but you know, around where you are, and she can make some of that good money around there. But like, I don't know how much you know things cost around there compared to around here, and mortgage and renting or food or you know electricity. I don't know any of that stuff. So I just know you make more money there. Apparently,
It's been a while. Not usually awake at this time. It's
You make pretty good
Tassless
money,
if you
yeah.
remember me.
You
Yeah,
make
I
pretty good
remember.
money.
I bet, especially when they made that logo. But that, yeah, Luma. Wow.
Yeah, you can make pretty good money. I will tell you, and like I said, I won't say specifics, but for what I do and for where I live, I make damn good money.
Yeah.
Damn good money. But that also has to do with the company that I work for being able to pay that kind of money.
Yeah.
There are some companies out there that still need people in those positions, but they can't afford to pay that because they may not have that kind of income yet coming in. So it's kind of one of those things where usually the older and higher grossing companies can pay you more.
Yeah.
Than the younger, newer companies that are just getting started. But the thing is the companies are kind of like people. They got to start somewhere, so you kind of have to understand that. And if you're willing to do it,
I'm just gonna ask this question, and I don't know if Steph's still here or not. Or she done, you know, hang up the phone
no,
call.
she hung up.
Okay, why doesn't Stealthy not just take? And Luma, we're talking about like certifications that you can get online and help you, you know, make more money. If, you know, if you're not just primarily trying like me, making it on Twitch, but trying to make make your jobs available. Why didn't Stealthy take any of the online courses for A++ or security and stuff like that? She's already took the classes before. She should know this stuff pretty easily, and maybe like get her.
So for her, there's only really if she did that where we live, there's only two real avenues for her to be able to apply that. Even if she did. One of them being where we work at now, but that avenue is closed to her.
Oh.
And that's because I work in that department.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which would mean that only leaves one avenue for her, and she really doesn't want to go there either because that's a whole different ball of wax. But the other side of that is Stealthy has had some very unfortunate events befall her when it comes to any kind of educational endeavor.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I know about them.
Veterinarian, quite rightly so.
College.
Quite rightly so. She is very turned off to it from the aspect that why would I try if I've already tried twice and something always gets in my way?
Yeah.
And I get it. I do. I 100% get it. You can only try so many times before you get discouraged. And she really doesn't want
Honestly,
to
haven't
put
looked
herself
it up
through
here
that.
in Norway. I
the other
didn't
side
go
of
to
that
uni or
is
college. I went straight to baker. Then after
could
some
Stealthy
years as a
do what I
baker, I
do?
started working in
Hands
kitchens.
down, all fucking day long, with her eyes closed and probably faster than me, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Let's see. The guy Luma said in the chat. Honestly, I haven't looked up here in Norway. So apparently they don't know they have it in Norway. But they did go to college. They went straight into bakery. And then it's been then some years as bakers. I started working in the kitchen. Worked in the kitchen for 15 years. Good on people like you that can stick in the kitchen and do it for so many years, even if they're baking just bread for people and giving that to them. I can't work in a kitchen ever again. That's pretty much killed it for me. But for my wife, she's tried to go to school for veterinarian, which she paid a lot of money that we didn't really have at the time, but a lot of money to try to get it done. Kind of find out the entire school was just a big old scam, big old waste of time, right? Then she went to school again to become a nurse. She failed by literally 1 point. Didn't give her like any other tests or anything like that to maybe try to get that 1 point back. No, just that 1 point was enough to make her fail. while she was working, and her work would not let her take off days to study or take out the days to even like take her exam or whatever. That's a big old hassle.
Yep.
So she found that, and then she took this, and I'm like, hope this works out. And with the third time the charm, sure enough, it worked. And right when she was doing that, she was doing the other course for the behavior thing. So it was like a MA and behavior thing at the same time, trying to get herself a better opportunity in life. And I think like this should be more things. Now, if there was a
Dad,
certification,
I want to see if I manage to get offshore kitchen, but I need some more courses, which is expensive, and even after I take it, I still might not get it.
oh, that sucks. He's sort of at there's an offshore course that you can take that is really expensive, and he wants to take it, but it's really expensive. If even if he does take it, he's not sure he'll make it because it is a challenging thing, I'm sure. But like if there was a let's say a course for a rep or a for what Stealthy's doing. Like if there was something like that, then Stealthy could go and take those courses and then bring it to your job and going, hey, I'm certified now in this job that I'm already doing, but now I'm certified in it. That means I can do a better job at it, pay me more money.
Well,
I think that'd be a great thing.
There is, for her in what she's currently doing, they do have to take courses every so often, and she has gotten, some courses under her belt since she's been there, and I think that does largely contribute to the other thing that she has upcoming,
Yeah.
which is a great thing. And I feel like that's a good thing, but with Stealthy, she also went to school to be a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, her instructor was a dick.
Yep.
And there ain't no way to say it. And guys, I can say that because I knew this man personally my entire childhood, okay, before he became an instructor.
Lala.
And he's just a dick. And that's all there is to it. And yes, veterinarian courses are fucking expensive as hell.
Yeah.
How? Okay. Mainly because it's almost harder to be a veterinarian than a medical doctor.
And
Because
that's
you're
weird.
not learning one set of anatomy. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like
Horses,
when you go to be a
cows,
medical,
goats.
every fucking thing that crawls across the planet, somebody could have as a pet.
Yeah.
You have to learn
Turtles.
all these different anatomies, all these different things, and it's expensive because it's a lot of fucking material. It's a lot of damn time. It is, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't cost what it costs. I'm just saying it ain't cheap. And then if you throw an asshole in the mix, it makes it really, really hard, and it will discourage you severely.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like she was taking what I was taking the first time. The only reason she didn't finish that is because the people that was helping her fund her education one of them decided because she was with this fellow right here, he was no longer going to fund her education. So, it's bullshit. She's had a lot of obstacles. I can even say that I think that I was probably a little bit of a hindrance when she was doing her veterinarian technology, and I'm man enough to admit it. Would I probably be different now than I was then? Absolutely, because I'm a little older and I realize what I did,
Yeah.
But when she was taking her veterinarian classes, I was all for her taking the classes. I didn't have a problem with that, but I also wanted my time, if you understand what I'm saying. So I would literally become a hindrance because I would beg her to do shit like play a video game with me or watch a movie or something with me instead of leaving her the fuck alone to study.
Yeah. Spend some time with me.
Guys, if y'all don't get it, if your woman's busting her ass to try to do something to make it better for you and your family in the long run, I understand you want your me time, but leave them the fuck alone. Let them do what they're doing. Don't sabotage them. That's a bad thing. And she probably would have still made it through the course with me doing that shit had it not been for the asshole. But me plus the asshole didn't help.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And there was
that being
there was
said-
a third aspect that came along, and I don't think you traded for the world, but there was a growing thing that was coming to fruition.
Actually, he didn't cause the issue.
No, but he was
It
there.
wasn't him. The first, yeah. Well, the problem was that she was basically given the option by her instructor, pick your education or your child.
Yeah.
And I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all have heard Stealthy Enough in the background when we're talking. That wasn't a fucking option. That was
Yeah.
you can have these books and go fuck yourself. Is what that was.
Yeah. But I'm just glad that she's found out about him. I'm curious about, like other things like that. That honestly, like if there was a course I could take, and I say it's a full honesty, if there was a course I could take and I could become a certified editor, or I could be a certified YouTuber or certified streamer or certified something like that.
There is courses for video editing, dude.
Yeah,
There
but
is, there is.
I just don't know if
There
like
are
you
those.
there are. Wow, but I didn't know there.
Yeah, you take them online. You take the course online.
Mm.
When you're done with the course, you pay to take the test. You take the test and pass it. Boom, you're fucking certified. Done.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's like a viable course of a job other than like trying to like hit up people going, hey, I could be editor for YouTube channel, I could be editor for your this and that. But
I don't know about editing for like necessarily strictly for YouTube, but dude, you could get a job. We had video editors at my place of business. They
That's
worked
weird.
in what we call the marketing department.
True.
Their sole job is to shoot videos of the products, shoot videos of the processes and stuff like that, edit that shit, get it on the websites, and get it out in front of people at expos and shit to sell the product. That's what their job is.
So yeah, the jobs, the opportunities like that, yeah, I might look into it. I'm just saying, I suck at editing. So maybe if I got good at it, maybe I can actually put up videos faster. But
like there's courses out there that teaches you and certifies you in certain web page development like CMS systems. And you learn how to do that shit, you can start building web pages for people. That's some shit you can do from the house.
Yeah,
I know a guy right now that his entire job is building web pages for people, and he just sits at home and builds the fucking web pages.
I wish I would have got my wife doing that, so maybe she can stop complaining about it. I want a job that works from home. Okay, there we go. Anyways, so yeah, I just want to.
We all want a job that works from home. I could have a job that works from home.
Yeah,
I really could. I don't, but I could. I mean, I could do what I do. I could do probably 97% of my job from the house.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of companies that will pay you just to do that 97%. I just ain't never done it because I know me, if I'm in this house, I'm going to build a web server, or I'm going to build a private game server, or I'm going to have a 3D printer running or something. I'm going to be distracted.
Yeah.
Okay. I got too much shit that distracts me here.
Okay.
I need to physically go somewhere to do my work.
2 questions. Our project we're working on, I know it was Wednesday. Any updates since Wednesday?
Got some ideas of some things to try. But
Okay.
I have to
I
have
can't
you
do my
try
job
them
from
because
home.
I can't try them because I'm on my own network.
Well,
Okay.
Well, for you there, Llama, I don't know well, some states allow this. Some states allow you to have a home above your place you work. If you had your own business, you could open a bakery below your house, and above it is, below your house and above you could be living above it. Technically, you could be working from home. If you did that, would you count that as I think that you count it as working from home if your house is right above you.
We
But
got some of those right here in town up on Broad Street.
Yeah.
That nice historical brick road.
Yeah.
Most of those businesses that are on that thing, people are living above that motherfucker. That's their house up there.
In some buildings here have that type of setup, but they have separate doors.
Separate doors. Okay. Well, I would love to be working above my anime store. If I had an anime store, I would be right above it, so I can go downstairs and look at all the stuff that I technically own, but I have to sell someday to make money and make a living. But that's neither there. But okay, second, the other question was, do you see that that 3D printer I sent? I don't know if I sent it to you. I don't know. I'm trying to check here. Yeah, from Elgu. That was
Yes, I've seen
actually a
I've seen it.
Okay, so this is a bit of a little bit of side thing. I sent Corvo yesterday a Elgu printer that is it's big enough to print a me. If I will ball myself inside of it, I could print me. And that gives an idea of scale here. And it was like there was this actually commercial printer from Elgu, and I'm going, wait, this is commercial. And it's really expensive. Let me just say that it's really expensive. It's not like 2,000, $2,000 or so.
OBTW, I have a new Discord. My old got hacked, same as the name here.
1,000
Okay,
millimeters high, 800 by 800.
Yeah.
I could print a Sub-Zero.
Yes. Yes. You could. And I was like, this is huge. Let me see if I can get you, Lim. Do I have to go to add friends? Let me add friends. Let me just. But yeah, I saw that when this one it showed up on YouTube. A lot of I don't know. Again, YouTube is like trying to get my attention for a lot of ads because YouTube's definitely feel like their commercials have been more targeting toward me lately. And it's really getting me because I saw that printer. I'm going, Jesus Christ. Corvo said he didn't know. He wants a big printer. He wants to print big prints. I'm like, you can't get printers bigger than this for a commercial, but Jesus Christ, that price made me lose air. Just sucked out of my lungs so quickly. I'm like, oh, that's commercial? Ah, yeah, right. But I'm like thinking, well, maybe his job would need it. Maybe your company could use stuff like this for what's it, prototyping of certain things and products for your company. So then you can go, hey, I can run the prototype for you. Hire me. I'll do it. And if I have a problem with it, I go get Corvo because I know he knows 3D printers too. That's a job for me.
And they're like, have you seen Corvo? No, the last time I seen him, he was by that big ass printer again.
What they're doing? Oh, they're just test running some prints again. Like 5 of them at the same time. Not a big deal. But anyway, so I saw that. I was like, dang, that is huge. That's cool, but that's expensive. And I mean, 3D printers are every day getting bigger and bigger. I saw one the other day. Literally did like the 3D print instead of taking nozzles. It literally took a whole housing unit with the filament going into it that already has its own nozzle off of a side of the wall and start printing with it and put it back on the wall, grab another nozzle and start doing it. I'm like, it's getting.
Problem, I've looked at those, but my only problem with those is that I see the mechanical failure possibility.
Yeah.
So you're just saying swapping between nozzles and shit, right?
Yeah.
At some point, whatever it's using to grip those fucking nozzles is going to start wearing out. It's going to start getting loose. And what I see is that bitch and going to swap one day and go to grab a nozzle and drop that bitch right in the middle of everything.
Yep.
I'm like, nah, I'll stick with my single nozzle feed.
Yeah, more moving parts, the worse it is. Do you also see? Okay, I know, chat. I'm not showing you all this. I saw like the other day it was Linus Tech Tip, and his son is starting a 3D printing farm, and I was like, and they talked about how to save on 3D printing filaments and how to save on a few things. I'm like, this might be good for Corvo because he has a multicolored filament printer, and I'm sure he would like to learn how to ways to save on filament at the same time, help not use so much filament during the part where it disposes of the remaining that's in the nozzle and so on. I'm like, that might be good for him. But okay, so I saw, and again, this is not a 3D printing topic. This tool, and I don't see the link to you for another Kickstarter. I don't know what's with Kickstarter lately. Kickstarter's like been showing up in my thing over and over and over again. And this is something I think me and you both have, I would say, problems, issues when it comes to getting our 3D models to the perfect look after they're done printing. There's always some something about it that doesn't quite look right. You know, there's not enough details. There's too much details, lines, grooves, you name it. And I saw this actuating. Kind of reminds me of a lot of a
It's a reciprocating detail sander.
yeah.
So the difference in it and the detail sanders that have been out there largely is the sanders that were made small for this thing, they spun like a disc or a little barrel of sandpaper. A reciprocating one just moves back and forward really fast. And I like reciprocating better than I do the spinning, and the main reason because I don't know if y'all have ever done this, but when you're using one that's spinning, if you're running at too high of a speed, not only is it going to take more than it needs to, but it could heat up the plastic to the point that it
Melts.
starts puddling it up behind it.
Yep.
Okay, making slag. That fucking sucks. But with a reciprocating one, it's kind of like you with your hand. It moves back and forth like this, and you can always just pick it up. If it seems like, and you can adjust the speed, you can change the grit on the nozzles and stuff like that. That's not as easy to do with a disc or barrel spinning one, like with a Dremel tool or something. Plus, this thing is much smaller and much more compact than a Dremel tool, so it's easier to hold on to and handle.
Yeah, this thing reminds me of like a 3D, not a 3D, a tattoo pen or tattoo, what do you want to call it? Because it goes in and out really, really fast. Yeah, tattoo gun.
It's a tattoo.
But it's meant for 3D printing. You have multiple different types of, and it all color coordinated. I'll put in the chat here if anybody's interested in. Just in case anybody out there is 3D printing, you do 3D printing models, or even you don't do 3D printing models. You could do Gundams. You could do Warhammer.
It'll work with just about any kind of model.
Yeah, Warhammer, woodwork, and it has different colors for different kind of grits, and it has also has little like not chainsaws, but like little saws that if you need to cut into grooves. It has different angles. Like this thing looks so nice. I'm like this is what I would imagine what you would need for something out there that's taking 3D printing to the next level, rather than because I've had to use, because I have my own Dremel tool, I use a spinning one. And it does happen. I'm telling you right now, it does happen. I've melted models trying to trying to be like little quick little pecks. And that heat in the print sometimes will stay. You don't know it until you hit it one good time, and that one time is just having the heat's still there because it's building up heat, and I just melted a hole right into it. I'm like, oh great, there goes the entire model. Unless I take a pen and or a lighter and some film and try to melt the spot back into it, then sand back over it. I've done that. It works, but it's not easy to sand into. I'm like, this is so nice that again. Kickstarter, it's just becoming a lot more. I don't know if people are just paying for commercials. They might be doing what they're doing, but I've been getting lot more of it. It's becoming Kickstarter is becoming my new place of like checking out new cool things and finding stuff like this. Again, it was recommended to me on YouTube. I'm going, Corvo has to see this. I know he's been dealing with those small little sander paper things, which are nice, little pins that you got. They probably do the job. But this would save you and I so much hassle, so much headache.
Well, so here's the funny thing. You sent this to me, but Stealthy seen it too, and she sent it to me like 2 weeks before you sent it to me. And Stealthy's thing was like, hey, I need one of these. And I was like, I know where this is going. Because, in case y'all don't know, I will start sanding a model, and you will start bitching, even if you ain't fucked the model up, because you're starting to get tired of fucking sanding and shit. Stealthy don't like to hear that shit. So she will literally just be like, fucking give it to me. And she'll sit there and do it while she's watching TV or something.
Yeah.
So Stealthy, not because she wants to, but because she loves me and doesn't want to hear the bitching, has become my detail person.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I have a deetlet that I printed that she's wanting to paint, but she don't want to paint it until she finishes, getting it smooth and everything like she thinks it should be.
Said.
Um,
Hello from Finland, brothers.
she would
Hello,
love
hello.
to have that thing. She would love to have that thing right there for that sole purpose of being able to finish up Deetlet, get it painted. Cause she feels a little bad because somebody broke my original Deetlet on my desk.
Gotcha. Let me go ahead and just say hello to our newest viewer, Net Purin from Finland. So we got a Norway and a Finland person in the channel. So welcome. We're talking about a specialized tool I linked in the chat. I can link it again about for 3D printing and other handcrafted printing or sculptings. So has Stealthy? She's already done Saw, right? Has she become a backer for it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's become a
my
backer
fellow
yet
Nordic
because when
country
she
brother.
sent it to me, here's the thing. You know, this thing was on it was a Kickstarter, and then it said it met its goal, so it dropped off the backer. So when she sent it to me, it had stopped taking backers. Now the goal has been up, so the backing is back up. So I'm sure she would back it now that the option's back up.
Okay. Yeah. Luma is from Norway. I'm from the States, and he's also from the States. But yeah, I've been knowing about Luma for a while. So yeah, I think this is a nice Kickstarter. Again, I think people need to look at Kickstarter. I know some people don't really always trust Kicks and stuff like this because there has been products online. I know they have that people have.
And there was a Kickstarter that I seen that I liked. It was for a filament recycling unit. Okay. And it was. I loved it. It was pretty badass.
For Norway, not
the only
for Sweden,
downside was when they finished the Kickstarter. Basically, what they were selling you was the STLs to print all the framework and everything for it, and a list of components you need to purchase to put it together.
Oh, so they were selling the blueprints.
Right. I don't want that. I want the fucking device. Okay? I don't want to build it. I just want the device. So, just saying.
Yeah, you can sell me the knowledge, but I don't want to be the manufacturer for the things. But yeah, I think like there's some things on Kickstarter.
Did you see the Olympic Norwegian Winter Games?
No, I honestly stayed away from Olympics personally. What about you, Cora? Did you watch the Olympics at all?
No, I did not watch the Olympics.
There was just, I think, okay, this is just a little thing right here. I think a lot of things, especially online or TV nowadays.
Hate to see the Norwegians in Winter Olympics.
When watching a lot of things online, I think a lot of people do stuff on purpose to start up drama to garner attention. And this is on even for national television. I think even some sports and some things like, let's say for example, the French
in the winter.
The French that voted for his nation, for their ice skaters, gave his ice skaters so much points. Just so happened they would win, even though the French messed up during their routine, but the Americans didn't mess up at all. Or the Canadians flicking the freaking cube, the sliding. I don't remember what it's called. Looks like they're mopping the floor. That one, they flicked it and they apparently won, even though obviously that was breaking the rules. That was all the garner attention on it. And I'm like, I'm not interested in that stuff. Curling, yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. They're so desperate for views. They gotta start some shit up and knowing they're, they keep people's attention.
But my sport is not an Olympic sport yet.
What's your sport? Let me hear about it. But yeah. So I think people need to pay attention to it more often. So let's jump into the next one. Well, actually, did you have a question for me? And just in case people have joined online, let's go to the next question.
Here we go.
I'm a professional MMA fighter.
Hell yeah.
You're talking, and you are having a conversation with somebody, and they ask you a question. So let's say, for example, you
I mostly follow Norway with skiing because that's where we excel.
You want this particular figurine, right?
Yeah, okay.
And this figurine you can get it in like 2 different colors.
Okay.
And someone asks you, why are you specifically looking for that figurine in that color? And you realize when you go to answer, I don't fucking know the answer. I don't know why I was looking for it in that color.
All right.
So I had one of those moments today.
Okay.
Because as you know, me and Stealthy are in the market for me getting a
Finland
new puppy.
Is shit nowadays in skiing.
And in the process of getting a new puppy, this particular breed of puppy that I'm looking for, I have, for some reason, always had it in my head that it would be a female, right?
Yeah. Okay.
She asked me because she's trying to help me look. Is there why is it that you're looking specifically for a female? And I realized I didn't have an answer. I don't have an answer. I
Okay.
can't tell you why.
So let's give them a bit of a rundown here. So I have a English old English pit bull. Bulldog, sorry. I'll get the mixed up. Bulldog. Flat face, drooly, lovable goofball. And Corvo has always wanted one. He saw mine. He's like, one day I'm going to have that dog, either because you passed away, or I'm going to have one of my own. And this year he decided to finally bite the bullet and look up and see how much to get one is. And for some reason, he has those notions in his head. He wants it in that, he wants that gender, and he wants that color. And he doesn't quite know why he wants that gender and that color. Now, for me, have I ever had a situation where I went, I have to have okay, I guess it's, for me, I want a black pug. I want a pure black pug. And how hard it is to get that? Really hard. I have a better chance of getting a white pug, pure white, than I have a pure black for some reason. But I never can get that. I can only get like the standard, you know, they're still cute. I still love them. The brown and black face pugs. I love pugs. But I don't really care for the sex, but only reason why I wanted the next pug to be a female is because I want to breed it at least one time, at least one. Because maybe, yes, maybe, I'll get the color I wanted if I breeded it myself. And also, second thing, nice thing, little side, little hustle here, I get to have another pug. I get to have one of the babies if I so choose. And I would choose to keep it because it's gonna be like my own son, even though it's not really gonna be my son because I'm not a dog. But yeah, I think like that's reasonable. Like if you get a dog,
That's debatable, chat.
yeah, if you get a dog yourself, would you breed your dog? Would you want another one of your dogs? Because some dogs are dangerous to
Yeah.
breed.
Napurin, yeah, and
Right,
I don't
and so
understand
for
that,
me,
like
I was
how, if
sitting there
I'm not
thinking,
too
and I
wrong,
don't
there is more
have
snow there than half of
answer.
Norway.
Like, there's no reason why I specifically want a female
Mm-hmm.
that I can come up with, and there's no reason why I specifically want certain colors. So, like, for me, I love the old Englishes that are almost colored like fucking Rotties.
Yeah.
Okay. I also love the ones that have that kind of bluish gray coat
Yeah.
or that chocolate coat.
Yes.
I love those three. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Stealthy broke my heart a while ago because she's rolling through looking and finds one that is black from ass to nose except for one white streak in its chest. And I'm like, I looked at that thing and I looked her dead in her face and I was like, if my money was already moved, we would be going to get that one right there.
Yeah. And for a real quick side thing, I would imagine. Sorry, I know about this. They're still talking about sports in the chat, which is okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. If you're in a nation where there's a lot of snow and your people are not very good
Yeah.
at doing snow sports, I would imagine y'all should try to, I don't know, go practice more. It's like someone saying I'm not good at water sports, and I swim and I have a pool in my backyard. I can do it every single day, but yet I don't do it. I imagine you should be good at it. Right there is like kind of Canada was great every single year with hockey. That's like their national sport. But yet somehow the Americans, we beat their asses. Like, bro, aren't you supposed to be like the best at that? Is that just like someone coming here and playing American football? Our style of football, and then get our asses kicked by another nation. It's like, wait. We this is like our pretty much now our new national sport, and now we're gonna our asses kicked at it.
Said.
I don't see that possible.
But we learned that Canada cheated.
Yeah, Canada cheated in a lot of things, and Jesus, I don't know how we just go. Yeah, all right, of course, it happens every year. As far as I'm aware, Olympics happens every year. So yes, I will, if I had a choice of choosing an all black Yeah, I would choose the all black because I like, for some reason I like the all black or the all white. Lotus was just our dog. We got our dog, Lotus. That's our dang, I'm forgetting the breed now.
Yeah, he's your dog for now.
Yeah, but like, we got him from a police officer. The police officer had a child, and he was apparently jumping on the child, and they didn't want him doing that, so they went, okay, let's get rid of him, and they sold him for like pennies on a dollar. I mean, compared to how much he would have been from a natural breeder or from someone else that's selling him, we got him for a steal, and I picked him up like that week.
Every years between Summer Olympics is in years and next winter is in.
Yeah, here's our boy right here. Yeah. He's the white and brown. So like, yeah, that was me. I didn't care what color he was at the time, but if you told me I could have got an all black one, yeah, I would have jumped on that one first.
Said.
But yeah, I have had
Look at the cutie doggo.
I have 4 of them. But I have very simple taste when it comes to color. But now, like, let's say for the opposite, you know, my figurines, I have a lot back here. I'm a bit of a collector of figurines. I haven't got to collect a new one in a while. But if you tell me if I can have a figurine back here and I can have it in the prototype stage, which there's prototype stage figurines, they're all gray, or the finished version of the figurine, which is usually all colored, hand colored or otherwise. I would like, personally, I like sometimes like the prototype in certain ones because the prototypes they just look kind of cool. Something like that all gray, like, you know, they haven't been touched yet. This is the original idea of the figurine with forest color. I think it's kind of cool. That's kind of like unique. It's different. That is something that some people like just because, oh, it's different, so therefore it must be good. I hope I got you on Discord, Llama. I hope that was you that we were waving at each other. So hopefully that's where you should obviously it's me because, you know, it has my character on it and my name. But yeah, I don't have problems with that. But when it comes to pets, I just like the pure black or the pure white. It's just one of those things that I just think it looks so cool. And, you know, my usual pug, Aisha, come here, girl. Come here. I love this girl. I love this girl. She's my girl, and this is my husky pitbull mix. But you can't tell. It looks like a husky. You know, sometimes to have the original is just as good, just as nice. But would I like to have a special color? Yes, but I wouldn't trade this for the world. So it's kind of one of these like you won't know until you get the dog, and when you get the dog, you go, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I wouldn't trade this thing for the fucking world, and that's all it takes. And just getting the dog in your arms.
I'm not ignoring you. I was looking to see if I could find a picture of that one I was telling you about because I'm telling you, dude. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, and sometimes they're a little bit more expensive too. Let's just be real here. Sometimes the pure colors, even though they're not special, right? There's nothing special about them. Just so happened they had a genetics that they either had the albino or had the I don't know what the genetics for all black hair is, but my wife, she wants a German Shepherd, and she wants it to be all black, and she wants to call it Anubis. Like she already has a name for this dog, and we don't even have the damn thing. And
that's okay.
That's her preference. Now, male or female? Do you have a preference for that? She don't care. She don't care about it for herself. But yeah, she's definitely the kind of person that would you come to our house and give us animal in hand, put it in our hands, she'll just take it. That's the kind of person she is. She doesn't really care.
There we go. I found a picture.
But if she could choose, damn well she would choose. But yeah, we just like animals. Okay, so while you doing that, while you send it to me, I'll put it in the chat so anybody else wants to go look at it since no one here can go take it from you. That would be a dick move. You ever imagine if you go like something, you post it online, you go, man, I want this animal, and they go, oh, by the way, mine now.
There you go.
All right, here we go. So if everybody's supposed to see it, there she is. Or it's probably she. I don't know. The dogs are always a mystery. I can't tell. But look at that cute.
That one's a she.
Look at that cutie. Oh, we couldn't afford it.
I want it. I want it bad, Jamie. You know, the only reason I don't have it now, girl, is because the money ain't hit the bank yet.
So yeah,
It's on its way, though.
It's on its
its
one.
way, motherfucker.
So, okay, now here's a topic that I've kind of titled the whole chat about, or the whole stream about, because I talked about this kind of like yesterday, but apparently there's been more to it that I was not privy to, and this even gone even deeper. So apparently, Disneyland, as Corvo and me talked about before, there are some extreme Disney fan lovers. And now we're not talking about Disney like the movies. We're talking about people that want to go to Disneyland or Disney World. They have to go there. How many times have I already been there? 10, 20, don't care, need to go again. And honestly, I enjoy University.
I'm like that with Universal. You trying to say something, bitch? I know I've been there a lot, but I'm going again.
Yeah. I like University. But I have just like anything else, if it's overabundant and nothing were to change, I would get bored with it. Now, I don't go to Disneyland, so I don't know how often they change things, right? I'm not privy to that. But the problem is, I'm also a conscientious person is, am I getting my money's worth toward what I'm going to? And I feel like if I'm not getting my money's worth, because if I've seen everything, did everything, I would eventually fall out and be interested in. But people are loving this place so much so that there's a trend of women now all trying to get pregnant. Now, I am all for people getting pregnant. I think more people should get pregnant. I think this is a good thing. I think having kids is something that people shouldn't look at in a negative light, as much as people online have been pushing it and pushing the idea of being, independent, no family, no kids. I'm all of my mind, like, you don't know what you're missing until you have one. Me and my wife can't have one, so we dealed and we're okay with that. But I always tell my wife, if we did have kids, I think we'd have been good parents.
But I can't become pregnant.
Yeah, so women getting pregnant on purpose, and then on their day of their pregnancy, they're supposed to be getting pregnant within the next couple of days or so. Or they're timing this. They're trying to go to Disney World, go into the theme park, and then give birth at Disney World. In Disney World.
At the estimated time of birth.
Yes.
They're trying to be there.
They try to be there in the park, and they want their kids to be Disney princesses or princes.
What?
Because they're so fanatically, actually I say fanatic, I think this word fanatic is a good word for it, in love with Disney World. They want their kids to be Disney princesses or princes, and so they can say their kids were born at Disney. Even though they do not have facilities for that kind of things, I don't think. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if Disney knew about it, they would be like, no.
Disney's like Universal. They do have a very well set up medical unit there.
Yeah.
For all kinds of events. I would imagine that you could give birth at either one of them if it come down to it. Would they prefer to get an ambulance there and get you to a hospital? Abso-fucking-lutely, which is where these people are making their mistake, because you do have X amount of time between the time your water breaks and the time you're going to have that child. And I'm going to tell you now that either one of those locations realize your water broke, there will be an ambulance there before your fucking head can spin around. Your child will be born at a hospital adjacent to Disney or Universal.
Yeah.
Unless it is something that you can't control and you're one of those rare cases where your water breaks and it's time to get it now. Then you might get lucky and have it in the Disney Medical Center or the Universal Medical Center, but that's going to be a very slim chance that's going to happen. Unless your ass is hiding out somewhere, groaning out the pain where people can't see you and hear you until the very last second, and then pop out and go, surprise!
Yeah.
That shit probably ain't happening.
So I don't know too much details about this part. So I don't know if Disney they're not informing Disney. The people that work there.
Freaking music station trying to make me sleepy.
that they're not informing Disney like, hey, or the Disney staff that, hey,
Hey,
I am,
baby,
I am close to of birth. I am close to my due date. That I'm here to do this. They're not informing them. But I would imagine if this, because this is so, it's becoming so happening so often of lately.
So then, Stealthy says that the music station is making her sleepy.
Law, rockabye baby. So it's happening so often that it's the news started picking up on this, right? And it started becoming online, and people start writing articles about this. Wouldn't this be like a kind of like a provincial thing that Disney might pick up and start going, okay, we see that you're pregnant. Are you here to do that? Or no, you can't answer. Because what would be the safer bet?
Here's the problem with that.
Mhm.
Okay. They would have to know how far along the person is to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I've lived with a woman that carried 2 children. Okay, and I can tell you that at a certain point, you can't tell between 6 months and 9 months. Okay,
Yeah.
at a certain point. So what that means is they would have to turn away. They would have to look at a person and turn them away on appearance,
Mm-hmm.
which opens them up to legal lawsuit. Hang on a minute. We're getting a stealthy call.
Yeah.
Apparently, she has. Yes, baby. Do you have something to add? Oh no, you heard what I said. So she's like, she was about to say, "Oh hell no, y'all ain't talking about shit y'all ain't got no experience on." No, but there is a point where, at that point, they would have to start turning people away upon appearance, and the only
Yeah, disembodied self FJ joining in the chat here. Give her a second.
Right. So what she's saying is they can't turn them away upon appearance.
Yeah.
So basically, the only thing they could do is if they would have to do it prior, like before before anybody showing, and then you would have to somehow know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
To do that, because if you started doing it afterwards, where you could see and you're turning away on appearance, that opens up lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe it or not, that can be considered a form of prejudice, because you're turning away a specific group of people and or gender of people because of a specific thing. Not to mention, there are people out there with medical situations that will make them appear from sight to be pregnant when they're really just have like a glandular or a medical condition that makes them appear that way. So they can't just turn them away, because if they do, they're opening themselves up. Not to mention, if they're like stealthy, they'll be halfway through their pregnancy before anybody can tell or anybody knows.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest.
So, okay.
I mean,
so
Stealthy made it through an entire trimester. 2 trimesters, I'm sorry, before she even tested positive.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that means?
So I'm worried about them getting in trouble for, like, because if they're going there on purpose and they're doing this stuff on purpose, and
right,
they might have the facilities to keep the person well endowed. But if the child were to have an accident while giving birth there, I would feel like it's child endangerment a little bit. Just let's just say, like, it's not the place you should be going if you know you're about to have a child. You know it. You're doing it on purpose.
I'm not arguing that point. And chances are, if you did manage to not be discovered until the moment of birth, it's probably going to be only like 10 minutes after that child's there. Your ass is being carted out in an ambulance anyway to a hospital, because they've already called someone at that point. You know what I mean? So it's more along the lines of they have to be careful how they handle the situation, because it could open them up to some severe litigation.
Yeah.
If they don't.
So the only thing I could see them actually stopping is when they're buying tickets. They have a question on there: are you pregnant? Ask the how many months you are along, and if they are so many months along, they have the right to deny you purchase. found a way of stopping that because like there doesn't seem like they're able to stop it right now. They didn't figure out
Again, though, a facility like that can't do that because that's asking you private and personal medical information. It's kind of like with the rides. The reason they post the sign saying, hey, if you have this issue, don't ride this ride. If you have this issue, don't ride this ride. Because they can't outright say, hey, you got this fucking problem, you can't ride. They can't do that because you're, again, segregating an entire group of people that can now open you up to litigation. There is a shitload of legalese that you have to deal with when running a place like that. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think people with certain medical situations should ride certain rides and stuff. I think it's just a bad decision on their part. However, from a standpoint of a owner and operator of the business, I can't outright just tell you can't do that because I opened a facility for everyone to enjoy, which means if I start denying a group of people based on this criteria, I am now segregating that group. I am now being prejudicial to that group, which legally is not legal.
Well, I just say I would be thinking more of the child, trying to protect it and make sure that the parents are not doing something like that. Because if something happens to that child while they're all in Disney World, I think Disney might be held liable. And I'm not saying.
Here's a good question for you. Say you're one of these fanatic women, right? And you are pregnant, and you want this to happen. Are you really going to put on there that you're 9 months pregnant, or are you going to put on there, oh, I'm 4 months pregnant, so that you can get by it?
Oh,
or
yeah.
not put it on there at all? Because you're asking the person to be honest, but let's be honest. If the person really wants to do it, they're not going to tell the truth. No fucking way.
No, they're going to lie. And I think if you lie, you should, there should be consequences. But that's a tall ass. That's a tall ass nowadays. to ask people like, hey, if you did that, you got caught, you should get punished for it. Nowadays, it just don't matter. But yeah, so not only are there people doing that little fun thing, but now,
right, and Stealthy was just saying, so you got to remember, some people think it's worth whatever the repercussion is just to pull off what they're wanting to do.
Never be allowed to return to Disneyland ever again. I think they're allowed to do that, right? I think they're allowed to permanently ban somebody.
They can permanently ban someone if they break specific rules. Yes.
Yeah. So if they made a rule and they could legally get away with it, you can't have you're not allowed to give birth to children in Disneyland or be permanently banned. I think people might take that as maybe I shouldn't do that. But apparently,
well, I mean, a true fanatic wouldn't give a shit, would do it, have the child get banned, and then sue them.
Yeah. So in the past, I want to say what I read and understood, past 2 years. See, I know you and Stealthy know about this, at least majority of this, but some of the viewers may watch and may not know this. The past 2 years, there have been more people going bankrupt. Notice what I'm saying here. Bankrupt. In debt. Severe debt. Because they are so determined to get to Disneyland every single year. And it's only increased in the past 2 to 3 years than any other time in our nation.
And
just for Disneyland.
Don't take this the wrong way, guys, but I don't understand that because I've been to both places. And if I'm going bankrupt, it'll be for Universal. Because at least there is more shit there I want to do. I mean, that's my flavor of theme park, so I don't understand that. Now, that's not saying that it's not someone else's flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I understand it from my reference to Universal. I don't understand it for reference to Disney because I only find one area really in Disney that I give a shit about. And this is true.
I can't hear her, so I don't know what she's saying.
she's bitching. She's bitching at me because I've only been to one of the parks at Disney, and she's telling me I know that you would love Epcot. That might be true, but as of right now, I've been to Hollywood Studios, and only one part of Hollywood Studios do I really want to be in.
Yeah.
And it's the part where I get to beat people up with lightsabers.
Oh, but yeah, and so again, I've been to theme parks. I've been to not like big ones, but I've been to Six Flags. I've been to water parks, and I've been now thanks to you, Stealthy. I've been to do Universal, and apparently when I was a kid, a little baby, I've been to Disney World, but I've never been there like actually since I was a baby. So I don't really know. I don't know if I have anything in my personal life that I enjoyed it so much so that I would literally be willing to go into debt and bankruptcy so I can continuously go there. And I don't know if there's a new psychological behind that or not.
Right. I love Universal, but I'm not going to go bankrupt for Universal. I'm going to be honest. Yes, I would go bankrupt for the kids, though.
Yeah. yeah.
What? No? Okay. She says she understands that so for me, she asked me if I would go bankrupt for the kids.
Yeah.
Obviously the answer is absolutely.
Yes.
For you, that would equate to would you go bankrupt for your puppers?
For my puppers, yes. Because they're their life.
Now you translate that into how you feel about the puppers into people that have kids feeling that way, and they're going bankrupt because that's what their kids. That's their happy places. Their happiest memories are there, and they don't want their kids to lose that.
So you thinking these are parents doing it for kids, not parents doing it for themselves?
Not all of them, but some of them are.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you that I know a couple of families where the mother and the father they enjoy Disney, but it's not their place that they just have to go. But their kids, some of their fondest memories are at Disney with mom and dad. And to keep them from losing the ability to have those memories or build more memories, they would absolutely go bankrupt for their children.
Because like the video I saw of this was, and I hate to put it like this because I don't want to be drawing to any specific generation of people, or they could have been just targeting these set of people to dramatize it. You know what I'm saying? Because like people like doing that, they dramatize it. There were people like me and you around our age, no kids.
Yeah.
No, nobody else. Just them.
How do you know they don't have kids though?
Because they're in the videos by themselves with like husband and a wife, and then just walking.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah,
I can show you videos of those same families where it's just the mom and the dad together, and you wouldn't know they had kids.
Yeah, exactly. Dramatizing.
Until you see the next video that shows them 5 stores down in the store shopping with their kids. So again, how do we know that what we're being presented isn't being skewed to give us a certain perception?
Yeah, edit out the kids, to make sure you only see the parents walking around. But like these people were like, yeah, we spend $20,000, $50,000. I'm like, I don't know how you spend that every year going to Disneyland as much as you can. It's like, and you're going bankrupt and you're not.
The only way I could see you spending $50,000 to go to Disneyland is you're going for a month and you're flying from somewhere there.
Yeah.
From there to there and back, because I can tell you right now, I can drive down, stay in a hotel for at least a week, and go to Disney for way less than $50,000.
Yeah. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, I wish I had that kind of money. But they're taking out loans, they're taking out credit cards, they're taking out everything out there. And that's just
you're breaking up.
Stupid amount of money. He's trying to say something. I would say type in the chat. We'll hear it.
Okay, she's saying that she looked at one point and you can go for a single adult, to Disney for how long? For 10 days, entry into the park for around $1,000. Okay. 10 days at Disney for $1,000. So if you're spending $50,000, you're doing more than just going to Disney.
Yeah.
You're buying one of everything in the shop while you're at Disney. You're eating every meal at Disney. You're buying any souvenir that you think is cool while
Fanatics.
you're there. That is the only way you can do
Fanatics.
that.
Yeah. So, yeah, just
Hell, I love Universal, but even I don't walk around and buy everything that I see that I want.
yeah. So
I usually have a target of what I want to get.
Yeah, it's crazy that people how much they're willing to spend.
You're kind of going in and out of robotic, babe.
Oh, thank you, love. So yeah, I was stunned.
She said also there's a trick to Disney. The longer you stay, the cheaper it becomes.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. How to get you. Stay longer. Spend more.
Okay, so she said like a single day you could go and let's say it's like $200, $250 for a park hopper. But when you increase it to like, say 10 days, that park hopper might not be but $100.
Yeah.
A day. So you get a discount the longer you're there. So again, that's why I'm saying somebody has bought Mickey's fucking golden tie for that price. I ain't gonna say nothing because the one thing that I did see at Galaxy's Edge that if I had been stupid rich, I would have bought was a functioning R2D2 to scale there in the park for sale.
I can see that. So yeah,
because I mean the girl was walking around and they must have trained this girl because she was good. She had the controller behind her back.
Yeah.
Not even looking at it. And she was driving this thing around while she was walking. Like,
reversal.
And he was just like,
I
I was like, motherfucker, you better be glad I ain't rich.
So yeah, I was taken aback about this because I know you and Selfie, y'all look for the best deals, y'all look for the best prices, the best time, the best thing, and these people just don't give a fuck. They're going when they want, how they want. Be damned on anything else in life. And they're going.
There used to be a guy that I worked with. His kids were grown, married, had their own kids and shit. Him and his wife, they were like that.
Mm-hmm.
When I say fanatics, I'm talking about the passwords for their fucking computers were Disney based. Okay. Everything was about Disney. They had annual passes for 20 years running. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I get it. I've seen those kinds of people, but I don't think everybody that's doing it though is doing it for the same reason.
Yeah. There has to be like there's always outliers. That's the rule. It's always some outliers. There's always something out there that will break it. But when people focus on a central thing, whether that be the minority or the majority, they're always looking at for at least online. They're looking for the most dramatic things. I'm just crazy to thinking that this is even real. And nowadays, considering how everybody's so tight on budget, but yet some reason the paywall is still going up and up and up, and people willing to put themselves in financial burden in the day, while stuff like me and you are we're trying to watch every single dollar.
Well, and it's like, for example, what are we doing? What are we trying to do? We're trying to find the best deal for what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the best time and all that stuff. So yeah, I get it. Some people do that kind of planning, but unfortunately, not everybody has a fucking stealthy. who will literally sit down and go, okay, guys, our best time frame for us to go for the best rates is going to be this time. The best place for us to go is going to be around this time. This will be the best, the least crowded and not as uncomfortable time. Not everybody has a stealthy that does that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, but she says, hey, just an FYI, she's willing to take money to plan it for you guys, just an FYI.
Yeah.
But she's, a lot of people, the way they do their vacations, good, right, wrong, or indifferent, is they literally wake up in the morning and go, hey, you know what? I think I want to fly to fucking Europe and we're going to spend a week there. And so they just get up, they spend the fucking money and worry about the cost of it when they get back.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we tend to try to go to Universal, and you know this, at least once, usually twice a year, we always plan our trips way fucking in advance that year, budget everything out, move the money around where we need it, and make sure everything's going to work out. If I tried to get up one morning and be like, hey, babe, we're going to go to Universal for a fucking week and just start spending money out the account, I'd get my ass whooped. I'm talking about that's like traction, okay?
Yeah.
And my wife loves Universal just like I do and the kids do. But I start spending money out of our bank account for a week trip to Universal, and
A
I
couple
ain't
grand?
consulted her and made sure that the fucking finances are there. Yeah, they're probably gonna go if I've already spent the money, but I won't because I'll be in traction at the fucking hospital. Because she ain't gonna waste the money once I spend it. But I'm gonna get my ass whooped because of it.
Or she's a find a way to sell those tickets real fast. But yeah, all right. But yeah, that's it for this week. There has to be some kind of medical or not a medical, some psychology word for people that do this kind of stuff. That like they're just really big fans of theme parks and they're willing to spend godlike money on going there, kind of like a gambler. Kind of like there has to be some kind of word for it. I just don't know what it is. But yeah, that's it for this week. Unless you have another topic, Corvo, I'm done with my topics. Talking points, whatever.
Hold on just a second. What were you saying, sweetheart? Okay. She's saying that the big thing is it's not a medical condition. It's more along the lines of that's the place
I
that
will
they
go
were
to
the
bed
happiest,
now. Was nice seeing
and they're
you
gonna
again.
spend the money to keep going there to be happy. It's like gambling. Like you might not have the money to go gamble, but gambling makes you happy, so you will find a way to continue to do it.
Yeah. That's a medical condition. I was meaning psychological, but yeah, some people call it medical as psychological. But yeah, I think there should be a term for it. So people can diagnose it and figure out ways of
She said the easy way to say it. It's an addiction.
Yeah,
that's the term, addiction. You're addicted to that thing. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, addicted to money, addicted to gambling, addicted to porn.
You're addicted to big asses. I mean, you like big asses. I mean, and I'm gonna lie. I'm addicted to boobs. I mean, I like boobs. You're addicted to your wife because, well, you go crawl your ass in the bed with her every night.
Yeah.
It's just an addiction, just like any other addiction. It's just it seems strange because it's not televised like someone dying of an addiction of a drug overdose or someone dying because they had an addiction to porn and whack themselves to death. It's not something you hear a lot.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's been growing past, like I said, 2 to 3 years, and I think it's being dramatized, but it also I think it's an anomaly. It's not normal. It's becoming extreme. It went from something that was relatively common to now something to more than that.
I'm sure people thought the same thing about smoking. Back in the day, it wasn't common. They couldn't understand why people were starting to do it. They didn't understand why people were spending so much time doing it. And then suddenly it became mainstream and everybody's fucking doing it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like any addiction. It always starts out as like
Harmless.
what you would term an anomaly, but then it turns into
Common trope.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, Stealthy said it's not really an anomaly. It's more like it's like not being able to restrain yourself. It's just some people, and then it becomes people start seeing it more. So like, there's plenty of people that can't restrain themselves from doing certain things, but you may never know about it, or it may be 10 years, and then you start hearing little bits and pieces about it, and then inside of 2 years, it's every fucking where. I think that's kind of the same thing here. It's not that it hasn't always happened. It's just that it's just now starting to get really mainstream for people to see it happening. You know what I mean?
It's becoming more well known of it rather than something's underneath the bridge. Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
But all right. Thank you for joining me, Llama. It was great to see you again. Hope I see you next time. I was really late or early morning to you. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, one of them, I'm just, I don't know if it might be, but I'm not on. One of them could have used,
even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last.